Yo, what up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Arie here, and today we're going to be diving deep into what I believe to be some of the best Shopify brand design that I've seen to date. So my goal for this video is for us to learn, first of all, some of the optimizations and tweaks and little details that they use on their website to make it optimized and convert as best as possible. They've definitely spent a ton of money making sure that their website is on point. So I'm sure we'll learn a lot from that. Then we're gonna look at some of their organic social media efforts and see how they're engaging their community, how they're building their brand from an organic reach point of view. And last but not least, we'll take a look at some of their ads, see how they're doing when it comes to paid media and just all the little things that they're doing to make their brand work. Because truth be told, this brand is at least doing $1 million a month, probably more, because their average order value is pretty high. Their best-selling product, I believe, is like $400. So we're not messing around here. And I'm really excited to see what we can take away from this and apply it to our own stores or brands. Now, before we begin, I do want to say, a lot of you may think, oh, Arie, but I only have a dropshipping store. This may not be relevant for me. Like, I'm just starting. And while I understand where you're coming from, I actually think it's much more worthwhile to look at these established brands that have completely killed it, look at some of their brand design ideas and mimic that, because these brands have literally spent upwards of millions of dollars optimizing their websites and testing different ad variations, so you know that what they're doing works. And I think it'll set up your store and brand in a much better way than if you just started copying like dropshipping stores or whatever dropshipping tips out there are. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal philosophy here, and I just love looking at these brands and learning about them. So please, if you do get some value out of this video, make sure you drop a like. This is actually my second time recording this. The first time my SD card got corrupted somehow, and here we are. But you know what? That's fine. I'm down to do this again because I learn a lot from these videos myself, which is why I'm so grateful for my YouTube channel and you guys. So let's get started. First things first, here's the brand. The brand is called Caraway. Now, what they sell is non-toxic cookware made modern. Pretty self-explanatory. I think that actually encompasses the whole brand pretty well. And I think their homepage design is classic. They got a call to action here, the shop now button with the rounded edges. I love that. I think that makes it look really modern. The colors are just very well thought of. They're like neutral colors that kind of fit a homey vibe. And even their typography, like they use this like serif font, which feels really homey. I think a lot of brands that focus on home goods tend to use this font. It's like a big branding trend right now, and it's because it just feels really homey and like cozy. So their homepage landers, it's honestly really, really good, and it's really engaging. So they got their video. So right here, what a great thing to do is have a video or a picture that explains your brand. One sentence here that just encompasses what you sell, call to action button, and then right away they dive into a testimonial and publication tab. So right here they got some publications and some testimonials, and then again some of their value propositions. So good looking, clean cooking. We believe non-toxic surfaces and thoughtful design lead to cleaner cooking. Pretty self-explanatory again, and I definitely agree with them. I think that definitely plays a big role in your cooking. So quality cookware without chemicals. That's pretty powerful. That's a powerful statement right there. Designed with storage in mind. So they're just talking about their pain points that people face and how they're solving them in a very organized manner. You can see it. This is just their homepage. This isn't even their product page. We'll dive into their product page in just a little bit. And then here at the bottom of their footer, you can see how involved they are. So they got affiliate programs, they got a trade program, and even a brand ambassador program. Now, the trade program is what I think is really interesting here. So this is kind of the equivalent of when a shop offers military discounts, for example, or like police discounts for people who are police officers or something like that. But what they're doing instead is they're giving exclusive discounts and exclusive access to people who are either interior designers, architects, real estate agents, developers, or co-living spaces. I don't know what that last one is, but the other ones I do know what they are, and I can see why they're giving those people exclusive access. They tend to care way more about what's in their home, and especially real estate agents. I mean, they have to basically dress up homes to sell them. So that's very smart of them. And that's definitely something I'm going to take away, like giving exclusive discounts to specific types of people. I think that could really add like a little bit of extra incentive for some people to convert on your store. Now let's look at their bestseller here and see what they're doing on their landing page to convert customers, because it's $400 and that's not an easy sell. And judging by the amount of money that they make, I can guarantee you that they've spent thousands, if not millions, optimizing these landing pages. So there's a lot that we'll be able to learn. First things first, you can see that they don't really include that much text right away. Like they got some pretty minimal descriptions, which is awesome. Now, of course, they have Afterpay. I think a lot of people want to pay in installments nowadays. They're kind of cheap and it makes it feel like a better purchase, even though you end up paying more, but whatever, that's a conversation for a different video. And I gotta say, I always got denied on Afterpay for my brands, but luckily Shopify created Shop Pay now, which is a native way to have a payment installment on your store. So make sure you look into that. If you want to add like a payment installment feature on your shop, you can just do it with Shop Pay now, which is a native Shopify app. So yeah, you don't need Afterpay anymore. And then of course, right away, they start going into the pain points. So they don't really describe the product that much. They do, but like they don't make a big deal out of it. They don't make that the center point of the landing page. What they make the center point of the landing page is the pain point. So storage included. That's actually pretty dope that they include storage. Non-toxic, eco-friendly, and non-stick. Pretty cool. So discover a healthier way to cook. They're really selling me on this. Okay, so next they got this how we compare section, which I really love. This is like some classic marketing stuff right here. Like all cell phone providers, right? Like this is how they market against each other. They're always like, we're way better than this other guy. And you know, they do that because it works. They're copying that same strategy, which I personally really like. I think comparing yourself against other competitors when you're actually better is a good idea. Obviously, if your competitors are way better, that might be shooting yourself in the foot. And then of course, you scroll down a little bit more and they got some cross sells and downsells, which is awesome. Very classic, especially if people are not trying to spend that much money. Maybe some of these things would be better fit for their needs. And then lastly, they got the customer reviews, which they have a lot of. So they have over 18,000 reviews on this particular set, which is pretty crazy. I mean, 18,000 reviews. Can you believe that? On one of our best-selling products right now for one of our brands, we have like 200 reviews. And I thought that was pretty crazy, but this definitely is a lot more. Okay, so that's it for their brand design. I think there's a lot that we can take away from it. But next, let's take a look at how they're interacting with their audience, how they're building a community through social media. So first things first is their Pinterest page. So they have a pretty decent sized Pinterest page and they drive about 118,000 monthly views on it. Now, what I find really cool about them is that they're posting all kinds of content. So they're not just focusing on like a specific dimension, for example. I think that holds people back a lot, is like thinking that they need the perfect type of content for a specific social media page. Clearly, that's not the case. They're just posting all kinds of content. They're posting literally like all of the pictures that they have. And I think because of that, they're driving an extra amount of traffic. Like they're reaching so many more people and it looks good. I mean, it doesn't look as good as their Instagram, as you'll see in just a second, but it looks good enough. And I personally really like that approach, just like really going out there and posting as much as you can and getting feedback. And that's what they're doing. So that's a great strategy. I'm sure they're getting some decent amount of organic sales through this. I mean, 118,000 monthly views is a pretty decent amount. Now, next is their Instagram page. Now, this is a very impressive Instagram page. And I think this is probably one of the biggest things I'm taking away from this brand is like how clean it is. So they got one clear statement about their brand, cookware without the chemicals. So powerful and so simple. And then they got all you need to know about their brand in the highlight reels, and they've made them look so nice. So things about how they recycle, for example, who we are, and then of course a bunch of other stuff. And here's the crazy thing, they're posting basically twice a day. So this post was 17 hours ago, this one was 1 day ago, this one was 2 days ago. they're extremely active on their Instagram page. So just their Instagram page and Pinterest alone probably drive so much organic traffic and reach so many people. Hopefully this helps you visualize what I mean when I say like post on all social medias, like build an omnipresent brand. This is what's going to help you be extra profitable and not have to worry so much about Facebook ads and their performance, and you can just let things run and grow your brand consistently. Clearly they're doing an amazing job on Instagram. I love their Instagram page. Now they even have a Twitter where they have like 10,000 followers, and they're posting on here very consistently. They're posting every day, and same with Facebook. So all of the content that they're posting on one social media, they post it on other social medias as well. So they're recycling all their content, reaching as many people as possible, and I think that probably adds a really nice bottom line to their brand. So now I'm feeling extra motivated to post on other social media pages aside from just Instagram, and hopefully you're feeling the same. So Facebook, they barely get 3 to 10 likes, and same with Twitter, but they're still continuing to post on there, which says a lot. And I think clearly their Instagram is where they're putting most of their efforts, which makes sense for an aesthetic brand like this. Any brand that is just very heavily focused on an aesthetic look is probably going to work really well on Instagram. Okay, now lastly, what we're going to look at is some other ads. So I believe this is the ad that I saw. This is how I found the brand. I was just browsing Instagram and I saw this brand. That's how I find most of these brands, by the way. It's just through scrolling Instagram. So this is a pretty winning format, I believe, especially for like warm ads, is a story aspect ratio and then just like rotating pictures with some sort of testimonial on it. So they're using the publications that they got. And then here they got just like a normal carousel ad, talking about how many reviews they got, which is a pretty impressive amount. So I'm guessing those are for like middle of the funnel ads, like for people who already know about their brand, and retargeting. Here's another kind of similar ad, story format with just like rotating images and a lot of different testimonials. So this is a great format to use. Let's see what this one's about. That's awesome. That was a really great ad. And as you can see, these are like really fast paced. Like they're not really wasting your time in any way. This is a great looking like UCG ad. I'm gonna definitely take this one right here in particular into account, because you can make something like this so easily. Like just order your product and like unbox it basically, and then just make sure that the colors match. Okay, so here we have a longer ad.
Goodness. Now I'm so excited to tell you guys about my caraway cookware set. This set is 100% non-toxic. Something I never really thought of with my old cookware, but actually makes a big difference in taste.
Wow, well, you can see that they're testing a lot of different stuff. So they're testing long form ads, short form ads, carousel ads, picture ads, 4x5 format ads, story format ads. It's honestly a little overwhelming. Oh, look it, but this is kind of a cool feature that I didn't know that the Facebook ad library has. So they've spent about 5K or 4K on this ad right here. Oh, and these are inactive. So that's all their active ads. These are all the ones that they're active right now. Well, these are very simple, and honestly, that's not as many active ads as I thought, which is kind of nice. That actually makes me feel a little better because I'm not really out here testing this many ads, but I definitely should be testing more. But that's basically it for this one. I think there was a lot to learn from this brand, and again, I love making these videos because I love studying these brands that are so successful and taking away things that have probably taken them a lot of time and money to figure out. So I hope that you guys that have Shopify stores feel the same way. I have been making a variety of content lately, but of course Shopify is definitely one of my biggest passions. I love my e-commerce brands right now, and I have a lot of updates to talk about in regards to the series where I started a brand with my girlfriend. That's been amazing, honestly. It's just been such a nice project to work on, and I'll talk about that more soon. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't have a Shopify store, it doesn't matter. I got a lot of different content right now that you can watch. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.